Hey guys, welcome to today. I want to talk about self-love. Okay, so let me light some sage. This is sage. I also do have palo stick. This is a palo stick. Now, when you are walking through your house or whatever, you may notice that there's like different energies, or maybe you buy something from, say, Goodwill or off Marketplace or whatever. That particular piece of furniture or whatever you're buying actually holds energy. So if Papa died and that was his favorite piece, I'm pretty sure that that residual energy can hang on to that particular item. So you guys make sure that you clear the energy whenever you guys are buying something that is an older piece. Like, I love old furniture. I love, see how you just light it. I really try to catch it on fire because it does go out quick. And then you can just kind of, just clear your energy. Here comes my puppy. I clear my puppy's energies too, because think about it. So many people pet and that kind of thing, and you're transferring that energy. So I just kind of walk around the house with this kind of stuff. Now, I did not make my cheat sheet. Usually you guys know I have my board, but I do have my notes in front of me. So as an empath, you're going to take on those particular energies. You're going to take on other people's energies, especially if you are sensitive. Okay, so maybe you grew up sensitive and you have people that are like, oh my gosh, you're so sensitive. Or maybe you watch particular movies or whatever and you cry too. Well, you can feel their pain because you're watching it visually, right? And then you can resonate with that particular, like, say it's a war movie, or say it's The Notebook, or say it's like, I love The Notebook, or say, what's that movie, The Help, that kind of stuff. There's usually characters that are in a movie that you can resonate with. With The Help, I feel like I'm Skeeter, and I know a lot of people that are Hillies, and I'm just like, aren't you tired? That kind of thing. So once you get around those kind of people, say it's Hilly, and from The Notebook, from The Help, then you need to clear your energy after you get around those type of people, right? So things to say, let me put my eyes on. Things to say as far as, like, once you're cleansing yourself and that kind of stuff, you're trying to get rid of the energy that you've absorbed, right? Again, you can watch a movie and you can kind of resonate with it to where you're like, God, I feel that, you say, I feel, but I do not absorb the energies of others. Okay, you can also return that particular energy. So say you're around somebody that kind of has a dense energy. It's kind of low dense, 3D, kind of egotistical kind of thing. When you leave that person, you may feel some type of way, right? So you may feel kind of what they're dealing with as well. So in that case, I would sage myself, but I would also draw back my own energy. So you can talk to your ancestors, talk to your angels, God, that kind of stuff. You can call the four corners and say, I draw back my energy from the people who have taken it, right? Especially if they're a toxic person. If they're a toxic person and they're throwing up all of their stuff onto you, reflecting their own behavior onto you, don't absorb it. Observe it, don't absorb it, right? So again, eyes, I'm so behind. I am willing to feel only the energies that is mine. Okay, so again, before you ever came in contact with this particular person, right, you kind of had like your own little energy. Maybe you were feeling good about the day, maybe you were feeling happy, and you're just happy that today is a good day, right? You walked into it with a positive view. Well, after you leave that person and now you feel kind of grummy, or you feel, that kind of thing, you absorbed their energy. Give it back to them. And you can do that by returning that energy. So you can say something like, the energy that I have absorbed, I return it to the sender, basically. I accept and love my empathic abilities. Now, okay, so when I first realized that I was empathic and that I actually can pick up on the energies around me, I had to wonder if it was a blessing or a curse, right? It was kind of like, I don't want to feel these people. I don't want to be in this dense thing. I want to hold my own or carry my own energy, right? Nobody else's. Like, I'm already having a hard time dealing with my own energies. I don't want somebody else's. So when you can be grateful, that is a huge step in the right direction, because then you're giving back somebody else's energy, but then you're grateful for yours too, because think about it. If God made you in this perfect like reflection of him, he's empathic too. He can feel that too. Now, let me say this. God is not a little man that sits on a cloud on a stool and he's, throwing out orders. Okay. It's a consciousness. God is a consciousness because essentially God is within us. Like what is it? Psalms 46:5. God is within me, I will not fail. So in that case, I have to be grateful for how I am here on earth, on this earth plane as a human. So if you're grateful for it and you start to realize and understand and educate yourself on these empathic abilities, then you're okay. You have to learn yourself, okay? And I had to get back to myself because I had to realize if I need to learn myself and my personality and who I am in Christ and who I am as I walk this earth, then I also need to realize that God gave these to me for a reason, for a purpose. Okay, well, is that purpose that is my purpose? That I'm able to, maybe somebody's feeling down or maybe somebody's feeling, kind of blue that day. Am I the person that needs to go to them and say, hey, you're doing okay, you're doing fine, or maybe they're going through something, and just be listening to them. I feel like we need a lot of listeners on the earth right now because everybody is always, barking back at each other, right? So if you can do that and recognize the purposes and the kind of gifts, I used to think it was a curse, but the gifts that God has given you, then you can realize or understand what your purpose is here, right? Now you're one step forward to realize the purpose that you're actually here. Now, I raise my vibration to always, hold on. I raise my vibration to align with my highest path and potential. Yes, potential. So if you raise your vibration, that is also gratitude, right? Because you're able to turn around and look at the person and go, okay, this person is hurting. This person is having like kind of a blue moment, right? Maybe they're in a season of, just being down and out and that kind of stuff. That is you're raising your vibration to help that other person, right? You can't be used by God, source, if you don't understand why you're here. So when you walk into your purpose and you understand the gifts, okay, blessing or a curse, if you walk and go, oh, it's a curse, I hate it, then you're lowering your vibration. If you walk in your purpose and go, hey, this is a blessing and this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to anchor the light for people that are going through things so that I can raise their vibration too. Now, don't let them suck your life out of you, but at least be there for them and align yourself with them and go, I resonate. I understand what you're going through. How can I help? Okay. Sometimes people don't want you to actually do anything. They just want you to listen. And if you can be a listener and ground that light and go, I'm here for you, then that can actually, just that little thing can help them. And again, God sees that. That helps you align with your purpose while you're here, right? So here it is. This isn't mine to feel, and I give it back with love. So if you're feeling something, like again, if somebody has said something to you and now you're absorbing it, you can sit there and go, this is not mine, right? This is not my energy to feel, right? This is somebody else's energy and I give it back. So that's, you're allowing yourself to go, I feel, I understand, it's not mine. So I'm going to give it back to you. I'm going to give this particular energy back to you. Because think about it. If you've ever had a friend or anybody that's going through something rough or hard or that kind of thing, and you want to be there for them, right? And you sit there and you listen to all their stuff and then all of a sudden you kind of feel down, right? You're kind of like, damn, I just absorbed all of that, right? Give it back to them with love because again, this is their storyline. You're just there, you're just stepping in as like a person that's gonna go, I hear you, okay? I can see you. Like even on TikTok, there's people that I'll come across and they're crying and they're upset about something and I cry. I don't know this person, but I can feel the pain inside of them. After I swipe again to get rid of it, I give them back that, okay? They have to go through that to grow. Just like everything that you have gone through, you had to go through that to be able to turn around and look at it and go, I understand why I had to go through that so that I can be here in this present form. Because it's going to take, it's just like a new job. So think about it as like this. Once you start to realize that like this is a blessing, right? Empathic abilities are a blessing, but then you can kind of navigate through life and kind of go, okay, I understand what I am and I give this back to you with love, okay? I give this back to you because this is something that you're gonna have to go through and you're gonna have to sort out. Because think about it, it's almost like going to college and having somebody else do all your work for you. Did you actually graduate, or did that person graduate and then you got the diploma? You know, I mean, that's kind of how it is. I can't take on other people's stuff, and then if anything, I just stunted that person. They have to go through it. They have to do the homework. They have to do all of that kind of growth, that self-development on their own, right? So it is safe to be who I really am. I am protected, okay? Your angels, your guides, Archangel Michael, all the things, they are going to protect you. Your ancestors are going to protect you, because essentially you're family to them, right? That is your family. They know, okay? They know how to be down here on earth, and it's rough. They're going to help you. They're going to be kind of maneuvering people in your life to help you. So if you are an empath, maybe I am supposed to come into your life to just kind of give you a couple words of wisdom, a couple little positive notes like, hey, this is what this is. It's okay. I'm here if you need me, that kind of stuff, right? So I am protected. Divine energy is all around me. Just because I feel it doesn't mean it's mine, okay? So again, that's the whole premise of this video. Just because you feel something from somebody else, like say you're having issues with somebody and they're just barfing all their stuff onto you, right? It's not yours, okay? That energy is not yours. So when you leave that person, I want you to release it. Again, you can also sage it. See what? We've only been on, it's not even on anymore. So you really have to get this thing going and then just leave it. But you know, you have to understand, like, that's not your energy. And I'm sure, like, if I was a counselor or that kind of stuff, I would be saging myself all day, because sometimes, like, when friends call me and they're just like, hey, I'm going through this, or hey, I'm doing this, and blah, 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 like, I hate that, blah, 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 you know, I feel that because I understand it, because I've probably already gone through it, you know, and I can date back in my head, like, yeah, I understand that. I've been through that. But again, that person has to go through their particular pathway to learn, right? So I want to run a card for you. These are oracle cards. Actually, this guy, I love this guy. But I just want to give you guys a little bit of peace of mind as to, you know, like, what's going on. And like, people will call me and be like, how did you know that you were an empath? How did you know that, you know, you were psychic, or that you could talk to angels, or that kind of stuff? And I had to really go back through my life and think, I've always been able to talk to angels. I've had angels around me this whole time, you know, but until just recent, about 3, maybe 4 years ago, is really when I started to really cultivate a relationship with them. Because again, if we are supposed to be on this earth and, you know, like, it is hard, you know, the earth plane is kind of dense, you know, and if you're a higher being, or if you have empathic abilities and that kind of stuff, like, it's like, sometimes it's really hard to maneuver yourself. But again, angels are here, your ancestors are here, and there are certain angels that can divinely guide you, okay? So sometimes people will work with deities and that kind of thing, and again, I know sometimes that scares people. Holy gosh, woo! Hot. I got this ring light and it gets really mighty hot in here. But sometimes people work with deities and that kind of thing, and you just have to really figure out, like, which one works with you. Now, you can sit in meditation and go, okay, well, you know, I'd like to figure out who my deities are and who is around me and who I personally should work with. Because maybe I work with Metatron, but then you would work with somebody else, you know? And again, the communication styles or skills that you're going to adapt with that particular deity is going to be very personal. Because if when I talk to mine, I figured out a communication with them, how I would talk to them, which again could be totally different than you. So to give you advice on, well, how do you talk to deities? You have to do it. It's almost like, remember when, like, maybe you have kids or whatever, and like my youngest daughter, when she would sign language to me, you know, we started this communication before English ever came up, because I was like, I don't know what this kid wants, you know, and that's kind of like what your angels are doing. They're like, damn, I don't know what the hell this human wants, you know. But like, for me, my daughter had to understand what I was saying to her when I was signing to her, right? So that's the communication between me and my daughter. Now, the communication between you and spirit, or you and your personal deity, is going to be different. So here we go. Ooh. Absolutely amazing. Okay, Green Terra, supreme protection. It says you are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitations. Trust. Let me read that again because I stutter and I don't read well. So hold on. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. So again, I'm glad this came out. Here's this card. You have to trust yourself, okay? Getting back to who you are and the communication that you're going to speak with angels, again, is going to be different, but you have to trust it. Like my daughter had to trust what I was saying to her when I was, like what I was talking, when I was trying to communicate with her. That's going to be a different, communication. So again, even whenever you're talking to Jesus, which actually Jesus was not his name, it was Yeshua. So that is a deity because he's in spirit, right? It's a ascended master, just like Buddha, just, that kind of thing. So again, trust your intuition, trust yourself, start this communication, be grateful for the communication that you have with angels, with deities, with the ascended masters, that kind of stuff. Because if you're 3D and you're very dense and that kind of stuff, like you're going to be more egotistical. You're going to be more like, more like human. Essentially, yes, we're human, but we are spirit having a human experience. So this is just the meat suit that I ended up with, right? So trust yourself. I know that dense people and dense energies are going to barf their crap onto you, right? It's literally a reflection of them, okay? If you can't trust yourself and go, that's not even who I am. Like if you want to cuss at me, whatever, it's rock on. I have to trust myself and know who I am as a being, as a human being here on this earth plane in this 3D. I don't particularly think that there is a hell. I think this is hell. Okay, this is a 3D egotistical and it's worse now with social media, with everybody posting half-ass naked pictures, that kind of thing. They're looking for attention, which means that their personal cup is not full. They need somebody else to do so, right? To give to them. So you guys remember that when you're going through life. This is actually a blessing, okay? Your life is a blessing. Do not think for 1 minute that anybody else knows what your storyline is, because when you were born, you're the only one that was in that storyline, until now. Birth until now, you were present, right? These other people that are judging it, or these other people that are around you that are going, oh, well, you're this and you're this. That's their opinion, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Don't even care, because I'm walking in my purpose. I know who I am. I talk to my angels, that kind of stuff. And I want you guys to get there. Welcome to my tribe. I am trying to push this positive energy onto you, because sometimes people call me and they reel down, that kind of thing. And I get it. Babies, I get it. But you have to do the work for yourself. You can talk to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, but you're still left with that same kind of bleh energy, right? You have to learn to fill your own cup. And when you can do that, it becomes so much better. It becomes so much easier to walk through life because you know who you are. Think about Yeshua, Jesus. Think about him. Think about all the people that made fun of him. Think about all the people that, crucified him, that kind of thing. Just drug his ass through the mud. You're basically doing the same thing. He still knew who he was with his father, okay? With source energy. He knew that. And he knew that things were going to happen, but he still stayed very steadfast in who he is. So again, if you guys like the content, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video because it does help me in the algorithm, and I will catch you on the flip side.